Hello, hello, my amazing creative friends. Oksana here again, and I'm super excited today because I can talk to you again live. And it's Friday, so it's awesome. And I'm going to be sharing one of the topics that I received a lot of questions about. How do I draw my vector repeat pattern elements in Adobe Illustrator using which tool, Paintbrush Tool or a Blob Brush Tool? So I decided to talk about the difference between the two and the pros and cons of each in regards to the creating of vector repeat pattern design, especially for sale on microstock websites, but also for your client projects too. Okay, so let's see. So this is the, if we look, where can you find the tool, both tools? So this is the Paintbrush tool, shortcut, keyboard shortcut B. And over here, if you click and hold, you will see this menu will pop up. And this is a Shift B plus B, a Shift B shortcut, and it's a Blob Brush Tool over here. So they're going, also there is a menu that you can uh, access by window and brushes over here. And this is this menu over here. And this is the another menu that we are going to be using in this video, so you know how to access it. Okay, so this is actually for the brush tool. Okay, so I mostly use Blob Brush Tool for most of my vector drawing of most of my elements, because I created a workflow for many years ago, which really works well and much faster for me. But to be honest, you can use any method, and I will show two methods to use either Paintbrush Tool or a Blob Brush Tool, and create great elements that you can edit in different ways and save and create patterns with. So I was thinking to create a very simple leaf pattern for you guys today as a demonstration. And also, especially that the fall is kind of coming towards us, and by the leaves start falling down, so I am inspired by that. But I will try to keep things simple for this demonstration so that we can understand the both tools better. Okay, so I'm using, by the way, Intuos, Wacom Intuos Pro tablet, medium size. And so basically I am going to draw using the pen and the tablet. Okay, so just to keep things simple, let's use the Paintbrush tool first, keyboard shortcut B, and let's draw a leaf. Okay, let's do just a simple leaf to begin with. Okay. And let's do maybe a little bit thinner. So this is 1 pixel. You know what? Yeah, immediately right away, you can see that when I'm selecting this, you can see that there is a red line in the middle of the stroke. And this means that this is a brush tool. So it's a path that is a brush stroke. Okay, let me change it. Let me just go back and change it to a different type of brush, and this you can do by going to brushes menu over here, window, brushes, and you can experiment with it. So as you can see, I can change the width of the tool or even the type of brush. This is the effect that our paintbrush tool gives us. I will for comparison purposes, I will keep this very simple 3 points round brush, and I want, for example, to make, maybe let's do 4. Let's see. Oh, there's anything. Yeah, okay, let's do 3 for now. And I want to then create, oh, okay. This is what else you can do. You can just, if you want to adjust something over here, you take the white arrow tool, this one, white arrow over here, shortcut A, and you click on the point of something that you want to adjust, the end point, for example, in my case, and you snap into, so it is nice and much more straighter over here, nice and straight. And for example, you can adjust. So this is another thing that you can do with the paintbrush tool that you cannot do with the blob brush. That's always nice. Okay, and let's find, okay, I'll go for brushes menu, and let's find the smaller oval brush, and let's draw some leaf elements in. Okay, so that we can see how that works. Okay. I'm hoping that I will not let myself get too detailed with this one, so that we can keep this tutorial shorter. Okay, so let's just keep something like this. Okay, so that's a simple leaf over here. And what happens is that it now consists of all these elements separately. So everything is separate. You can see how I can disassemble it easily, which is actually a good thing for some applications. Okay, so let's draw the same leaf or very similar one using Blob Brush Tool so we can compare what happens. And the Blob Brush Tool, you can always double click on any tool over here, and this is the options. So what I have here, I have fidelity in the middle, I have 1 point size, I have 0 angle and 100% roundness, all fixed. So this is what's going on. And this interesting point is merge only with selection. To be honest, I do not, if you choose it, this is, if you select this one, you will see, and there is a little interesting thing that happens, which is basically it, if you draw a line, it will merge together with the selected portion of your artwork. But if you take it, turn it off, then the line that you will draw, the shape that you will draw using the blob brush will always merge with everything painted underneath, same color. Okay, I'm turning it off. Turning it off for now. Okay, this is how I normally use it, so that's how I'm going to use it for now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I just checked you guys' comments. Thank you so much for being here. Daisy, Rondens, Marianne, Tikos Makos, and Daisy and Marianne. Hi guys, I'm glad that you guys are here. Thank you so much. And please, if you have any, I also see here Negin or Negin. Hi guys. I'm so happy that you guys are here. Please leave your any comments or questions, or maybe you have suggestions for me. If you guys have any ideas how to use Blob Brush and Paintbrush in a special way or a different way, if you have any tips for us, I would appreciate it too. Okay, let me go back to the work. Okay, let's draw with the Blob Brush now. So we need this was 3 points. So how to adjust the thickness? So let's see, this is probably how, let's see, this was probably 2 points. Okay, let's go back into the double click on the tool. Let's do 3 points over here. So to be honest, this is the only way how I learned how to adjust the size of a blob brush, and this is just always going into the tools and adjusting it over here. And okay, let's see. So let's draw a similar leaf. Okay, let me see. I will not do exactly the same. If I don't like the line with the blob brush, to be honest, I always have to adjust it, just undo and go back. This is how I do it. And I will show you why I cannot adjust it the same as I can adjust this one. For example, I can click on this and drag, and this I adjust the curve. So that's also very cool. That's why I wanted to show you both of them, both of the tools, so you can decide for yourself which will work better for you. Okay, let's. So we have this outline. So let's select it all, and you immediately see that there is a difference. Let's select both leaves. This one, let me zoom in a little bit. This one, the blob brush, has some kind of basically shapes instead of strokes, and everything has been merged together over here. Okay, let's see. Over here, everything has been merged together right there. And on this one, Let's see the same place. Oh, there's a little bug over here. Okay, and this one, it's not merged together. It's all, everything is separate. So that's the this is how you know that this has been created with a paintbrush and this has been created with a blob brush, the one on the right. Okay, let's finish up super fast the leaves inside. Let's go inside of the Blob Brush Tool, double click, make one pixel, and just draw in some of the leaf details. Okay, I will just go super, yeah, that was not good. We'll go super fast to illustrate my point today. Okay, there you go, guys. Whenever I don't like the line, I just do Ctrl Z, and that helps. Okay, so I have two leaves. I deliberately made them a little bit different because I want to use them a little bit differently in my pattern. Let's save. Okay, let me save this one. Not sure why it's saving so long today. All right. Okay, let's see. So then we have similar leaves, and you immediately see the difference. Another way how you can see the difference, if you go to View and Outline, or yeah, View at Outline, and you will see now the difference again. So this is how we can figure out what's going on with our artwork, vector artwork. This is the Paintbrush tool, and this is the Blob Brush tool. So this is basically now it looks like a shape with cut out holes in it, and this is a bunch of lines and strokes. Okay, all right. So with these two leaves, let me show you what happens if you try to create an element, a pattern with the paintbrush tool, which is how do you call it, unexpanded. For that, let's go in. I'll go to my templates and create 600 by 600 pixel square, and let's place an element over here. So this leaf over here, let's say, just for the sake of demonstration, you have a few elements over there, and you need to create a repeat. Let's say go right and go down. This is not my pattern, this is just the demonstration. So what will happen if, using my method of pattern creation, you will go to, and you need to create a swatch out of it, a vector swatch with the cropped elements. So you will go into File, Scripts, and Magic Eraser. This will be, as a script will be linked below, and then click Start. All right, so what happened here? So basically what happened is that it deleted everything that was outside of the artboard, and it just kept a few of the strokes that were totally inside. So if you create your elements and you create your pattern using the paintbrush tool, and basically what will happen is that you will get these results when cropping your pattern for a sale of on microstock websites or for other purposes. So if we go back, Command Z, what I would recommend, for example, if you already have some kind of artwork using the brush tool, what I recommend is that you select all of these elements, go to Object, Expand Appearance, and what will happen is that now all of the leaves they look a little bit similar to the one created with the Blob Brush tool, but they are all still separate paths. Again, for some application is great, but what you need to do to keep your elements clean, you need to go to Pathfinder and click Unite. Okay, so this one, the first one, and the Pathfinder shape modes on top, Unite. Click, and now we have exactly the effect we would have with the blob brush directly. So expand, first object expand, and then the same shape, Pathfinder shape modes unite. And you have something like this. I mean exactly like this effect. And the blob brush, what it does, it creates exactly this kind of effect immediately without going through all those steps. So when you have this kind of leaf which is expanded or created with a blob brush, and you want to um, basically these three are now paintbrush strokes, and this one is blob brush, and you want to cut it, cut your pattern square, you go to magic eraser and click start. Oh, I expanded all of them. Okay, let's undo. Okay, do. So let's just keep this one again. Object expand and unite. Okay, try again. File, script, and magic eraser. This is what I'm doing is I'm cropping the pattern square. Start. There you go. You can see that only this portion, this one has still kept its shape and everything is intact, except for that something sticking out above the pattern, above the pattern swatch. And these didn't work out. So this is what I mean. And if you have a line art like this, it might look like, oh, it's not a problem, I will just expand all of it. But sometimes you have some complicated things going on, some colors that you kind of don't want to expand, or other things that work a little bit differently. And also, for example, let's say that you only want to have many elements, and then you realize that you need to expand all of them. So you go to Object Expand. Okay, so what will then you have these kind of groups, but if you want to unite them and you click unite, right, like this, what's going to happen is they're all grouped together, and moreover they're kind of created a special type of mask and a special path that's grouped together, and is in this small amount of elements. You say, oh, it's not a problem, I'll just go on group, and then I will group one by one, group and group. I did it too. Sometimes it works. But basically, if you have tiny, tiny little elements everywhere, it will take you a ton of time to go and group everything by hand. Just ginormous amount of time. So what I would going to recommend is either you create your elements with a paintbrush tool, which is cool because you can adjust the brush and create some kind of interesting effects with it, which is kind of strange. See, you can do interesting things with it. That's why I'm showing it. And I don't use them as much, to be honest. I somehow prefer just to draw in my style. I prefer to draw with the Blob Brush Tool. It's not as much control, and it will get blob brush. I mean, it's not as much control, and you have to learn how to work with it, and it takes a little bit more time, but not too much. In my experience, it didn't take much at all. Didn't take long at all. So if you're deciding with the paintbrush tool, so just remember to save your elements that you created, your vector elements for your pattern, separately in the file, and then expand them and unite one by one as you go. And remember to prepare the elements that are expanded, because the not only will this issue with cropping will come up, but also microstock websites will not accept unexpanded strokes, so they don't like that. That's why I do recommend always expanding them as you create your elements, and this will really help you out with your workflow. Even though if you draw them like this, you say there's no difference, but apparently there is a pretty big difference that will make important things that will make your work faster or slower, depending how you go about it. All right, so just for this is the explanation. What else I wanted to do is kind of to show you, if I were to draw, let's say I would use a blob brush. Let me do again 3 and create a little kind of whimsical leaf combination over here. And you can see that the blob brush is kind of wobbly, and to be honest, I like that effect. It kind of gives a little bit more of interest. and kind of handmade feel. But some of you might not like it, so it's fine depending on your style and your preference. I like it. But okay, so I drew something very really fast, and what I go next with the blow brush, I just go to eraser tool E, and I kind of clean it up a little bit here and there. I go in and clean it up. So another question that pops up oftentimes is, when you draw, how do you make the lines smooth? So first advice is, sometimes you don't really need to make the lines as smooth, depending on what you're working and what style is it. But there is this very cool tool, it's called Smooth Tool in Adobe Illustrator. It's the same place where a pencil tool is. And what I like to do, I just clean up as I go. So I go in and I kind of clean up. But sometimes you do have to have very mathematical structure to your work, very mathematical curves. Then I recommend using maybe brush tool and expanding if your style is something like that. So let's see. So I drew this kind of very simple shape, and let's maybe do something else over here. Let's see. Again, something simple. And this is another thing that I really like about Blob Brush. Let's say that I want to color this. I go in and I select these cutout shapes like that, and I go like this, and basically this is basically colored, or even this is just to color everything. Let's say if I want to go in and color super fast, let me see, something like this. But for example, if I try to draw something like that with a brush tool, if I go back, then this is basically, oops, I have to go select the circle brush. So this is basically going to be a problem. Let's see if I, for example, want to create leave something like that. And yeah, that works out well until you want to color it. And you can color it, you have to kind of join it. And let's say you have this shape. Now you want to color in the middle. You want to fill it with green. Oh, as if that worked out. Okay, but this is the unjoined path, and again, for microstocks this will not work. You can really clearly see it over here. See, this will not work. They will not accept this kind of path. So that's why you actually need to join them. Let's see, a Command J. If you press Command, select a path and Command J, it will automatically join them. And then you need to expand them. And basically you don't have as much versatility with creating this style of artwork, especially if you want them basically always ready for microstock, as I always want mine to be, since I upload to microstock and I sell them, my patterns on there. So this has been very helpful. This kind of blob brush workflow and coloring has been very, very helpful to me. Okay, let's see. Oh, there is Laura. Hi, Laura, and thank you so much for your nice comment. I enjoy creating these tutorials for you guys. I hope that you find them helpful. All right. Okay, let's for the second part of my tutorial, I will create a super fast pattern based on these elements, and I will color them. Okay, let's see. Let's create maybe one more leaf, a little bit different, and I'm going to be using a blob brush to make it. Okay, let's go in, make 3, go back to black for now. Let's make a little bit of a different leaf. This last part Let's fix that one. So to fix it, I use eraser. Because everything becomes pretty much joined immediately with the blob brush. And to fix the lines, I select everything and I go in with the smooth tool or the eraser tool if I need to. And I fix it up a little bit, like over here. Okay, but I'm going for kind of a hand-drawn look, so I will not bother too much with cleaning it up. Maybe I should have stayed on the 3 points. Okay, again, this is the blob. This is the blob brush. Okay, and let's make a few details on it. All right. Well, while I'm drawing, can you guys please let me know in the comments where you're from? And is the fall already there where you guys are? I am in the Bay Area near San Francisco and San Jose, and it's been, the first leaves have been falling, but it's more or less summer, even though we got caught in the rain yesterday with my daughter walking back from the park. So for some reason I'm excited about fall. I enjoy all the beautiful colors over here. Okay, so we have again the element and it's already expanded and joined, which I like. Okay, so we have 3 leaves. Let's just make a simple pattern with them. Okay, let's take this. Well, to be honest, I don't need this one anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pattern system that you can find in one of my videos. I will link it down below to create a pattern. Okay, I go to my templates. I create my 600 by 600 pattern system, symbol-based pattern system template. I go in here and I place the elements and okay, let's see if I can super fast create a pattern out of these guys. Okay, let's lock the white background. So all the instances, excuse me, are repeating around this main symbol instance over here. This is my own pattern system. Oopsie daisy, that was not group. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how fast I'm going to make this pattern, just for fun. And let's pick a few colors. Let's do green like that. And let's maybe pick green like this. Okay, let's see. Now let's color these leaves, make color versions of them. Okay, so this one the same. Okay, this is kind of my method of coloring. I'll show you guys. So I have this blob brush created a leaf. If I double click on this element, I'm going to select the outside path of this element and then go to select inverse on top, or in top menu, select inverse. And it will select all of the shapes inside. It can create, if I drag it, create strange. So it's as if you created all the punched out holes. I copy it, and then I kind of exit this group, this element, and I paste it on top. And this is, you can see they became the same color as the leaf was. And then I'm going to group them and leave and color them a different color. Just then with the white arrow tool, I select a few and I kind of change the color a little bit. So this is a very fast introduction to how I color things. Maybe let's make this one a little bit darker. Maybe a little bit more blue like this. So this is coming together. Yeah, but this is not a true experiment because when I'm explaining things, I don't work as fast as I normally would. Okay, so now we have color version of this one and of that one. So this is the last one. Color it dark blue. Double click. Again, select the outside shape. Then go to select menu and inverse. Copy. Exit group. And place in front, paste in front. Command F. And color. Group. And group together. Okay, I can see that I'm still kind of into the summary colors of the leaves, which is fine with me. It's still kind of green in here, and I will change the colors later. Okay, so now let's arrange these elements. Let's arrange these elements a little bit to create a pattern. Let's see. I'm going to make a scatter pattern. These are one of my favorites. And I'm arranging them starting from the top left corner. Not sure why, I just like to do it this way. Okay. Alrighty. You know what? I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. For this, I have my action. It's called 10% smaller. Or, okay, you can go to, I'm pretty sure you can go to Object, Transform, Scale, and Scale Each. Will help you achieve that if you don't have an action like this. Okay. Now maybe let's take these ones down. Arrange. I like to have at least 3 instances of the same pattern, of the same element scattered in 3 places around the pattern. Oops. 2 of these. And I like to flip them over onto the right. Since basically they will be copied over here exactly with my action going to the right. And when I exit, I test my pattern using this, using again my system, which you can, if you want, you can look it up in my video about it. Alrighty. Again, over here, and I like to vary the scale of them too. The scale of the elements. It's always nice to vary it for visual interest. Looks like a kind of an early fall, late summer kind of pattern, which is exactly what it is now in California. Don't forget to save. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to save. So let's call it blue, green, fall leaves. Seamless, and I can call it stock because I haven't cropped it yet. Go to patterns and nature. New folder. So this is how a super fast demonstration how I save and name my patterns. Okay, I have each has a special folder within a category. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fill this one up in here, make this one a little bit bigger. Mm-hmm. All right, and maybe one of these. And I just noticed this is an interesting thing. So this is how my system is suggesting that I did not copy element properly. So this leaf, you can see it's sticking out over here, is not actually there because it's just a preview of this piece and it's dimmed. So I have to do is, let me color it different color, and I will go and copy it to the left. There you go. So over here. Maybe take one more instance of it and put it somewhere. Probably over here is better. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to look at the pattern that I have and in a smaller size, and I'm going to see what's going on. So it's especially helpful when you hide artboard, then you see how the pattern looks like in repeat. Okay, so right off the bat, I see a few things, and it's kind of easier to move the composition around, but be very careful not to move too much. And maybe I'll make this one a little bit bigger to match this lower one. And let's check with the artboard. This. Okay. And another thing that I would love to improve over here, okay, is that this green, I'm not too excited about it. Maybe let's make a lighter version of it somehow. Okay. And let's probably, I'm not sure if I want to keep it on these guys. Let's see. So this is how I'm just going in and tweaking and tweaking. Oh, wait, now what I can do is, since I have this copy of this leaf on the top, I will just click on it and click down. And there you go. We have a copy down low. All right. Maybe just add a few of these guys here and there. Okay, now I've noticed that it's a little bit more, a few more are needed on top over here. Okay. Let's probably would make one more, put one more over here. So, and try not to put everyone on this kind of scattered patterns. I always try to kind of move them at least a little bit, because if they are all in the same direction, that tends to create a little bit more of an unnatural kind of composition, in my opinion. And if they're a little bit kind of pointing in different ways, that creates a more natural scattered composition, because they're never pointing in the same way. They're always, in nature, they're always pointing different ways. Okay, so let's test what we have here. Again, let's turn the artboard off. I mean, hide artboard is view, hide artboard. And yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with it. It's a simple pattern. I will make many more versions of it. And I have way how to do it, and let's maybe just save it for stocks and crop it as I always do. Save as, I call it now a copy of it, and I call it stock at the end so that I know that this one is cropped, and I always save the uncropped version. For this, how we're going to crop it is that we are going to select the main symbol in the middle and go to select, inverse, delete all of the rest, and this is where you have how you can see how the swatch looks like. Okay, let me check if I copied everything properly. I'm pretty sure, but we will test it anyway. And then we go to view, file, scripts, magic eraser again. Start. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't turn, yeah, this should, because I always use action for it, I skipped a step, and this is the symbol. We need to expand it. We select the symbol in the panel and then delete symbol, expand instances. Okay, so now we have the element. Let's group everything together. File, again, file, scripts, magic eraser. Let's crop it. Start. Done. There you go. This is our swatch cropped. To test this, how it worked out, let's put it in our swatches panel by selecting the group and dragging and dropping it into the swatches panel. So now select the new swatch, new pattern swatch, and create a circle and fill it. For this, I recommend making an action, which I called, where is it? Test swatch circle. So this is just an automatic creation of a ginormous circle and filling it with the pattern. So let's see, if I zoom in and I see anything that's kind of broken and not repeated properly in the composition, it will show up over here. Now everything is fine. There you go. All right. So this is our pattern for the our blob brush and paintbrush demonstration today. I'm hoping that my take on this matter of using which brush to use has been interesting to you guys. And let's see. And what I wanted to share with you is that I will definitely upload this pattern to my microstock. And what I'm going to do also is to create multiple version of it. And this is what I'm sharing in my Grow Your Pattern Portfolio Fast workbook. And this is the free workbook that is available for my newsletter subscribers. So if you guys want to get a copy to find out how to turn a pattern like this into at least 15 different patterns based on just this work that you did right now with these elements, how to use them smartly so that you can use them in different ways to grow your portfolio, especially more microstock portfolio or spoonflower portfolio of patterns, then please click on the link below and download your copy. I hope, and also let me know what you think of it. All right, and thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I'm really enjoying creating these for you guys. I will try to create at least one of them each week and for my YouTube channel. So please consider subscribing to get notified when I make these live videos or upload a video for you about the topics of repeat pattern design, textile design, running your creative business, and just pure love of all things pattern and surface pattern design. All right, so that finishes the tutorial portion of my video, and let me jump into the into the chat so that I can read what you guys are up to and what's going on with your weather. All right, let's see. Denmark. So Marianne is in Denmark. If you're still here, Marianne, that's so cool. I've been to Denmark. It's awesome. Oh yeah, Marianne is here. And let's see, Daisy and Divine. Just lots of rain here in UK as per usual. Oh yeah, it's been raining yesterday in California too, so you guys are not alone. I haven't been to UK yet. I always want to go, and there are a few of my very good friends there. Oh, hey, yeah, thumbs up, Marianne. Yeah, I've been to Denmark. It's beautiful country. I have friends there too, and yeah, I really want to go visit more. And that's a funny story that I had. Well, not a funny story, but just one of my favorite childhood stories is that when I was studying English, I've never really been abroad. I was, I think, 15 years old, and one time my mom was going on a workshop. I think it was a kind of leadership workshop for her work, and she took me with me because the workshop was in English, and the two people who were leading the workshop, two older gentlemen, they were from Denmark. So that was my first introduction to people, English speaking people and foreigners in general, since I was from a small town. And I cannot believe that I live abroad. I've been living for 10 years abroad now. So yeah, I have more memories from about people from Denmark, since this, I think, it was my first ever foreigners that I spent time with as a Ukrainian girl and a 15-year-old. Oh, okay. So Chicos Macos says that I'm from Serbia, and Chicos Macos is kind of a funny nick in my language for cats. Ah, that's cool. That's good. That's cool. I like the orange kitty that you have in your logo. Oh, that's awesome. Let me see. All right, guys. If do you have any questions or any comments? Just interesting to find out. What did you know about these things about the Blob Brush and Paintbrush tool, and did you find any information interesting in relation to the uploading to microstocks and these kind of things? What do you guys think? Oh yeah, I will definitely let you know, Marianne. I will announce. I'm since I'm gathering gathering more and more cool creative people on the internet now with my YouTube channel. I probably will have to announce whenever I go anywhere, so that I can meet you all when I come. But for now, we are still in California, but we will be traveling more once our daughter is a little bit older and can handle the traveling. But yeah, I'm sure I will let you know, Marianne. Nice. Yes. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's awesome. Coffee in Denmark sounds great. All right. Well, all right, you guys, I still have a few things to finish before it's the weekend. So I'm hoping that you guys, this a different time, I'm sure for some of you it's early morning or late night. So I wish you all a great, great, great weekend. Okay, so Chicos Marcos says that I'm on Shutterstock, but I did not do a lot of patterns. Yeah, I've been, I think, at least 2 years on microstocks when I was starting out, and I didn't do any patterns too. And you're willing to start. Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm glad. I'm glad that you want to. You're interesting to start. I hope you find my videos useful for that. That's awesome. Oh, okay. All right, you guys. I will run and finish up a few things before the weekend. And thank you so much for being here once again. I love you guys. And let's hang out on my email if you want to a little bit more information from me, and on the Facebook. Oh, thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Sikos Marcos. Thank you, Laura. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.